a sound problem today. If you hear that, it's not always like that. We're just going to have to deal with it, I've heard. Why don't you turn everything off?
Yuba-Sutter.live's local government live streams are presented by Plumas Lake Self-Storage in Plumas Lake, where lifelong local residents are helping other residents keep things safe, providing indoor storage units, outdoor RV and vehicle parking, moving supplies, and Penske truck rentals. Details at PlumasLakeSelfStorage.com.
Call this regular meeting of the Marysville City Council to order. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilmember Rollins. Here. Councilmember Gilchrist. Here. Councilmember Hudson. Here. Vice Mayor Betticavoli.
Here.
And Mayor Branscombe.
Yes, ma'am. Everybody please stand and join in the pledge. Pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Madam Clerk, are there any changes to the agenda?
Not tonight, Mayor.
Thank goodness. Okay, Mr. City Attorney, is there anything to report out of closed session?
Nothing to report.
Thank you, sir. I am so pleased when we get around to Veterans Day, because I was riding the parade, and we're going to present a proclamation. Who's here? Are all of you here to receive that, or raise your hands if you're here to receive it? Oh, good. Dan, you'll get a picture of us when we do this, won't you? All right, here we go. Honoring all veterans on Veterans Day, whereas countless recognize sacrifice veterans, knowledge of safeguarded whereas another life perspective I recognize veterans. Are you
Sort of. They're the boss of me. I do all the administrative stuff. I do the paperwork.
Can we have you pose with them?
Absolutely.
Tell you what, why don't you come over here and get this guy ready?
She's taking over. Hello.
Test. You're the Grand Marshal, and who are you? And tell us about yourself.
I'm TJ Fetters, and I've been in the community since 1968. I was stationed at Beale and retired Master Sergeant Air Force, and spent a good deal of time with the SR-71 here at Beale Air Force Base. So anyway.
I was in the aviation branch of the Navy. I was an air traffic controller.
Oh, okay.
I was good to the Navy. Navy saved my life. I was a wild child and came out of there on a straighter path.
Well, you know, I was a supply guy, so inventory management.
Well, no, logistics is everything, isn't it? That's right. Well, nice to meet you,
Well,
sir.
thank you, and thank you guys for honoring us today. You know, we
This is-
appreciate that very much.
We love doing this. Thank you. Okay. Now, let's see. Kind of you. Thank you. Now, officer, you're here for the Net 5 MOU, is that it? Well, that's on the consent calendar, so I'm going to pull it off the consent calendar so we can hear from you. Thank you all. To show up, you might as well do something, right? Okay. We can now move to the Community and Consent Calendar Forum. And anybody wishing to speak on a matter on the consent calendar or anything not on the agenda is free to speak now. Do we have anybody who wishes to speak? Thank you.
Not tonight.
And these are matters typically handled with a single motion unless an item is pulled from the consent calendar for separate discussion. Jim, do you think I can pull item number 5? I'd like to. So we're going to pull item number 5 and move it to the discussion agenda. We'll handle that separately. But other than item number 5, what's the will of the council?
Move to approve.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we got that one done. Okay, now we move to an action item, and that would be item number 5 on the calendar, Net 5 MOU. And the recommendation is pass a motion to approve a memorandum of understanding between the City of Marysville and Yuba County to provide dispatch services to the Marysville Fire Department. Apparently there's a correction to be made here. Hang on.
No way.
Net 5 agreement.
That's what we're doing. As amended. Okay, Counselor, are we okay with that? Lawyer says it's fine. Okay, here we go. And who's going to speak on that?
Our chief, I think, is going to lead off here.
I thought we were going to get Autumn up there. Okay. You have to press it and hold it for a second, then the light comes on. Our IT is not what it should be.
Hello?
Yo!
Okay, so I believe Net 5 was started in the 80s, and it's called Net 5 because originally there were 5 local agencies that contributed to this task force that had come together to enforce drugs. And I myself had been on this task force. I did 2 tours in the 90s and early 2000s. And we worked together with the local agencies, but also it could be Butte County, it could be DEA, FBI. We pull intelligence, and we just work together to solve the crimes in our local area. Net 5 has been a long-term goal for Officer Rosenfeld, and she is hopefully going to be assigned there next week with your permission with this MOU, and that's what we're hoping for tonight.
Well, I'll vote for that.
That's all I have.
Awesome. I remember when I first got back to town in 2018, my sister and I still owned the building where Boston Laundry was. Sign's still out there. And I went by, saw a bunch of cars out in front, and I, what the hell's going on here? The door's open. And Net 5 was doing drills inside the building. It's an industrial building, lots of places to hide, and perfect spot. And I've still got the photos I took of that day. Yeah, great-looking bunch of people. Awesome. Any questions or comments from the council? There we go. What is the will of the council?
I move to approve the MOU.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
That was a resounding yes. Thank you. Thank you. Unanimous. Thank you, Chief. Okay. Got that done. We now move to a public hearing. This is a different thing where the council acts as judges on a matter. All matters in this section of the agenda are formal. Well, there's only one. It's a formal public hearing and will be acted on by itself. Members of the public may request to speak when called for public comment. If you'd like to comment, please get a speaker's card from the city clerk, and we'll move forward. And the item on the agenda, item number 8, and it is Vehicle Tow Services Franchise Agreements for 2025-2027. And this has been continued from an earlier meeting. Recommendation is to pass a motion adopting an appropriately numbered resolution authorizing the city manager or his designee to enter into vehicle tow service franchise agreements. Chief Nabetta. It's teed up. What are we doing?
Okay, the recommendation is to pass a motion to adopt the resolution authorizing the city manager or designee to enter into the vehicle tow service franchise agreement.
And you've done all the backgrounds and everything's fine?
Yes, we've looked at all the backgrounds, and they're here to present to you tonight.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from the council? Okay, let's do a roll call vote on this.
Councilmember Rollins? Councilmember Gilchrist? Yes. Councilmember Hudson? Yes. Vice Mayor Betticavoli?
Yes.
And Mayor Branscombe?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Chief, very much. Let's see. Where is the appointment of... Is that the next meeting? No, I'm not going to say anything. Oh, Planning Commission. Just a minute. I'm pulling one more item. I'm not pulling it. I'm going to shine a light on an item. And this, I had been approached by. I had two things going on. I'm real late in appointing my last, my open spot on the Planning Commission. And Margie had been out beating the pavement for me, and I'd been approached by Ms. Cody Walker here, and she says, well, I'd like to do it, and I said, well, then great, you're in. However, we'd already captured someone and it was a busy day that day, and Marjorie hadn't told me about it, and I've called and apologized to Cody. I know Cody wants to serve, and I'm going to keep my mind on that and pay attention to it. And but I have appointed today by way of the consent calendar, and it deserves more attention, is Rosemary Dow. Rosemary has had a career in banking, has lived here as long as I've lived here in Marysville, at least when I took off for a while and came back. Rosemary, could I shame you into coming up to the mic?
Well, I am not good at, I'm a pretty humble person. I don't like to talk about myself, but Chris refused to share my resume with all of you. I guess what I would ask is
refuse. Everybody knows how great you are.
I would ask how many of you in this room don't know me? I think it's very, very few. And I've spent my life in Marysville. I've served on a lot of boards and committees. And this position is opening at a time where I really feel that it could be on the cutting edge of something, especially when we look at the property where the Marysville Hotel used to be and once was, and then the old Packard Library. So there's a lot of potential here, and I've been asked so many times over the years to run for council, be on the planning commission, but my family and my career always came first. So I spent 39 years in banking and 20 of it running a bank. And retired. I was hoping to give a greeting to these people that are going to be at the Veterans Day Parade because my husband is a Vietnam vet, and he's very sick, and he's my priority. So this I'm looking forward to. It'll be a distraction. And I just want to thank Chris for giving me the opportunity, and Margie, you too. Thank you.
You are a volunteer on the police department volunteer roster?
That is correct.
Yes, you are. She is an expert in financial matters. For financial crimes, if you don't recruit her, you're making a mistake. I said that too harshly, but you knew what I mean. You got a real resource there, and she is smart as a whip. Awesome. Well, I'm so glad you want to serve. Bless you.
Thank you.
And my best to Eddie. Okay. Overlook that. Thanks. Committee reports. Let's start with Marjorie Rollins. She does more than anybody. But we'll see. Stuart's pretty good, too.
Well, last week I attended the Yuba-Water Agency Flood Risk Awareness Community Town Hall. The panel discussion was regarding storm management and levee improvements, emergency tools, and dam safety. It was really informative. If you get the opportunity to go next year or the next time they host one, I highly recommend it. They also shared the 5-year plan for the new Bullard's Bar Arc spillway. So that's going to be exciting when that happens. I think we'll all feel a bit safer. And also the Halloween event at City Hall was a great success. You guys did a great job. Thanks to everyone who participated. You guys really did a great job. Additionally, the Streets and Traffic Committee met to review the streets needing resurfacing for council approval, of course. Our list of projects is moving forward thanks to the efforts of the Public Works and the MPD. Thank you guys so much, and staff.
Thank you, Marjorie. Stuart. You're busy working on the Feather River Air Quality Management today.
This I was doing, even though it was a closed session matter, so it would be completely inappropriate for me to discuss it at this time. Okay. But I'm glad you reminded me.
Councilman Hudson.
So last week I had the opportunity to go to the Cal LAFCO conference in San Diego, as I currently sit as the chair of Yuba County LAFCO, and it was a good experience, meeting with so many other people that are trying to help out their communities in so many ways, and consolidation of resources is a major topic within the state of California a lot right now, and I appreciated hearing the efforts. There are so many other counties that are in a worse situation than we, and it's nice to be able to know that, you know, even though we got great staff, we got great departments, we got everything that's going on, it's just one of those things that to hear those stories and they get up and talk about them in the symposiums that we sat in and stuff like that, I was like, okay, we got a lot going on, but we don't got that much going on. And so I appreciated the time to go there, and I learned a lot and did a lot of networking in the 7 years that I've been on that commission. It was probably the best conference I've ever done. And for those of you guys that know me, I really don't like conferences. So it was. No
one wants to conflict with you anyway.
So it was a good time, and I appreciate that. And on another note, switching gears, for the past several years, Marysville Fire Department's been working hard with Linda Fire Protection District for consolidation annexation, and we had the contested period, the period where people could come and give their protest. The protest hearing came and went last Thursday, and there was 0 protests against the idea of the consolidation annexation between Linda Fire and Marysville Fire. So moving on to the next step, and there we go. Thank you very much for Chief, Public Works, everything you guys do. John, everything you do with, you know, our HR and so forth. Jim, Maggie, Nissa, and Dan. Did I miss
You
anybody?
can make everybody look bad if we don't spread it around.
Oh, Mayor. I'm sorry, Mayor.
No. Too late.
Jared, I apologize, Jared.
I know when I'm an afterthought.
Thank you for the work, and just like Stuart said, making the job a little bit easier for us up here and going from there. So thank you, guys.
Mr. Vice Mayor.
I do not have any committee reports. I've not been in a committee meeting for a while other than finance. But what I would like to bring up and just say, Margie and I attended the Marysville High School ribbon cutting for their new track. And I can tell you there's a lot of people in here that graduated from Marysville, especially up here. And it's incredibly beautiful track, soccer field, softball field. I mean, it's, when you're on it, I couldn't believe walking on it. I ran track, but I never ran on one quite like that one. It was truly amazing. So it was fun. I'm really glad to see it there. It's been a long time coming, but Margie and I got to be there. Just the other thing is it's going to rain tomorrow. So make sure you got your rain gear. Put your patio umbrellas down.
Thank you. I've been attending most of the SACOG meetings. I'm on the Transportation Committee. It meets once a month in Sacramento. And then the Board of Directors of SACOG meets once a month in Sacramento. In fact, this Thursday we'll be going down. Marjorie's been attending those meetings with me, getting her up to speed, and she's a real help. Oh, Marjorie, why don't you talk about that meeting I missed, and you brought one of the speakers here to look at Marysville. That was a great story. Turn your.
I had Dan report on small towns last meeting. And I did order the book, and I did receive it, but they didn't really talk about too much at SACOG.
Tell the story about the gentleman who came here and his background and what he said.
Dan knows the story. I didn't meet with him. Small towns.
I'll tell you what, you can tell this story and not tell us about every event on the list. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
I just wanted to say one thing. Jeremy told me that he mentioned during the walk was that instead of doing murals, on the walls, that they do projectors, like picture projectors versus, this painting. I thought that was a great idea, but I'm not sure where you would store them so they wouldn't be destroyed. But.
Do we have anybody to report on Scaryville and how that went?
Oh.
I heard there's 1,600 pounds of candy given away. What? Holy moly. Neat. And Marjorie, who lives in a wonderful neighborhood in East Marysville, she said she didn't have a single knock on her door. They must have all been downtown. How grand. The other thing we've been doing, and this has been something we've all been doing, is we had a strategic planning session a couple of weeks ago. Valerie must have been at Disneyland or something, because we did not have, I was saying, I'll bet nobody shows up except Valerie. Well, Valerie was out of town. And if someone wants to attend, this would be an interesting one to attend, because we went through the long lists and everything needed to be addressed. And it's getting narrowed down to key topics and what have you. So next Thursday morning at 9 o'clock, we will be having the final strategic planning session of this cycle at Frank M. Booth's offices. Just go in the front door and they'll point you to the back. There's lots of room. It's comfortable. The chairs are nice. It's worth attending. The initiatives are presented by management, and all of the management team is there, and then discussed, and new items are brought up, and it's a really useful endeavor. And if somebody wants to see what's going on, that's a great place to figure it out. Again, next Thursday, the 13th at 0900 at Frank M. Booth. Madam Clerk, do we have any council correspondence?
Not tonight, Mayor.
Oh, darn. Mr. City Manager, what do you got to say?
A couple of things, follow-ons. A couple of things, some of them are follow-ons related to council comments. First of all, we're exiting fire season, which is a good thing, and the chief is breathing a sigh of relief on that. But we're entering rainy season, so our public works director is probably not sighing a sigh of relief. Supposed to get 3/4 of an inch tomorrow, so that isn't too bad, but we'll be able to see just how well our storm drains and everything work. And you'll notice that we're also going to be slowing down on street work. Street work and rain don't necessarily mix well together, so we'll be picking up again in the spring. Have several projects on the books and more to come through the Streets and Traffic Committee, hopefully. Something that I did not hear mentioned was the Pine Street work, which I think Marjorie was there, and Stewart, and Habitat for Humanity did a wonderful job. I think they did one house at this point, but they're setting things up to try and get a grant for redoing the entire street. I know our public works folks were out doing some preliminary stuff too, a lot of tree trimming and just generally cleaning up that area. I think the hope is that when we apply for this grant, the community, and namely that streets, gets a major rehab. So that was a great event. Regarding the gentleman that came into town that wrote Small Towns, one comment that stuck in my mind he made was, he said we should be looking for local developers to develop our downtown and revitalize the community. And I felt pretty good about that because we've been working with developers. Yes. And we showed him some of the work on D streets that some of those locals are doing, and he seemed to be impressed that we're on the right track. I am doing my homework on the strategic planning, and so we should have something out to council summarizing the big ticket items probably in the next day or so. And then last of all, I wanted to particularly thank our interim clerk, Maggie Sanchez, for doing a wonderful job. I don't know how I would have survived without her help. And she's done a great job keeping these meetings going, so I appreciate it, Maggie. And that is all I have. I think Dan's announcements may have already been vetoed. But that is at the will of the council.
Yeah. I'd like to say me too on the comments, the nice comments that Councilman Hudson made about the management team. I've had the privilege of spending a lot of time more with some than others, more with some than with others. But I remember, and I don't want to, this isn't picking on the team that was here when I came to my first council meeting before I even thought I'd run. But the council itself is at least as good, maybe it's certainly high grade. But the management staff, John and Human Resources, Lance with the police department, and Kyle and Jeremy, first rate, absolutely first rate. And Nissa, what a find. Dan and Maggie, yeah, she seems to be stepping right into the slot, doing the job. She calls me all the time and makes sure I show up at things. God bless her.
She told me she's getting into her groove.
And anyway, everybody's hit their stride. Great leadership at the top of the city management team, and we're very fortunate. Very fortunate. Our next regular meeting will be Tuesday, November 18th, 2025 at 6 p.m. However, we do have a special closed meeting tomorrow. It'll be an open meeting. Special meeting tomorrow, 1:30 p.m. 1:30 p.m. in these chambers. Dan, did you want to share any announcements?
I just don't want to. I have one thing to announce, but I just wanted to really compliment fire department, public works, and police for the Scary'sville event, because Vance said, there were a few thousand. There was more like 5,000 people downtown that night.
How grand.
And it was just an amazing event. I witnessed firemen giving out candy, and I missed the police activity, and then, of course, being actively involved, and then public works really prepping the ground. It was just something to be very proud of for the city of Marysville. So just kudos to the whole team working together to make that happen. And that was after the event we had here at City Hall, where the staff were all dressed like the Wizard of Oz, from the Wizard of Oz, and that was a pretty awesome teamwork day and a lot of fun. So I just wanted.
And there's still some pretty good candy at the counters downstairs.
Yeah, there's still some left over. And then the one announcement I did have is that our partners at Ampla Health are having a ribbon cutting. They want to invite everybody here, especially City Council. They have some new services they're offering, and it's at 608 J Street over at the Cannery. The old cannery. It's at 5:30 p.m. tomorrow evening. So if you can make it, they'd love to have everybody from the city attend.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. If you have more, you can say them.
I better not. I'm getting those stares. But I just want to, one more thing is the Veterans Parade. So I hope you guys are all participating in the Veterans Parade, and we plan on being there walking as well with my other hat on. But I hope. That's always a big day, and it's a great time to give tribute to our veterans, and hopefully everyone can be there and participate.
I'm going to have Heidi Chime, Harry Chime's daughter, ride with me.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Flags on the car and what have you. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, with all that,
okay.
Anything else? Sir.
As we say,
We're adjourned.
Yuba-Sutter.live's local government live streams are presented by Plumas Lake Self-Storage in Plumas Lake, where lifelong local residents are helping other residents keep things safe, providing indoor storage units, outdoor RV and vehicle parking, moving supplies, and Penske truck rentals. Details at PlumasLakeSelfStorage.com.
Hi, I'm Neil Goforth of Comfort Keepers of Yuba, Sutter, and Nevada counties. Caring for elders or even yourself has challenges. Comfort Keepers of Yuba, Sutter, and Nevada counties can help you address today's issues and plan for tomorrow with in-home and specialized care for you or your family members. Call us at 530-749-8800. Comfort Keepers of Yuba, Sutter, and Nevada counties.
Each week, local governments and schools make important decisions that have short-term and long-term impacts on our community, and quite possibly on you. Yuba-Sutter.live makes it easier for you to know what's going on. We live stream up to 4 local government meetings every Tuesday, important special meetings, Oliver's Public Utility District's monthly Thursday meetings, and town halls. To make it easier for you, we pull out informative sections and present them individually. For Your Information, our new series that posts Wednesdays right here on Yuba-Sutter.live. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and follow our Facebook page so you know when we're live and when we've posted something new. For Your Information, local government meetings made shorter. Posting Wednesdays here on Yuba-Sutter.live.